Hello, everyone. So I thought I'll make a video to help you guide how you can calculate your patient's dietary intake, such as how much of energy, protein, fat your patient is eating, using the resources that are allowed for you during the coursework. So in your medical nutritional therapy course, 1 and 2, what you will be allowed in the exams is your handbook, your Australian Guides to Healthy Eating, and basically you have to take these two resources, your handbook and your AGHG, which will help you calculate what your patient is eating in terms of nutrients, such as carbohydrate, protein, fat, potassium, sodium, so on and so forth. All right. Um, are you this restricted in real life? In placements, not at all. Real life placement, how you calculate your patient's nutrient requirement is much more faster, easier, and convenient, in my opinion. For example, you can look at the Fazan's website. You can look at Calorie King. You can look at a lot of dietitians, they install the Easy App Diet Diary, all right, which is based upon Fazan, so very Australian in nature. It also has a renal application for renal conditions like calculating potassium. All right. So in real life, you have many more resources, which makes your calculation of what the patient is eating in terms of nutrients much more faster and efficient. Okay. But as per university guidance, in your exams, you are allowed to carry your handbook and your Australian Guides to Healthy Eating. And these are the two resources which are applicable and which helps you to calculate nutrient requirements for what the patient is consuming. All right, so what I have done is for your week 1 case study, I have scaffolded what the patient is eating in the hospital, what the patient is eating at home, all right? And I have shown you exactly how did I get my final numbers of energy and protein, okay? So this scaffolding of what resources are used when and how, this is the pattern that you need to follow for all of your, say, dietary calculations for your coursework as part of this course, okay? So let's take one example at a time. So I'll just get my handbook ready with me. Handbook, guys, I cannot obviously show you on the screen. On the screen, you have the AGHG document, and the handbook is what I have over here. Now, remember, guys, this is a very generic, this is a very fundamental video that I am making, which really does not need rocket science update every year. And that is why when I say handbook, the handbook editions may keep changing from year to year. So for this video, which edition am I referring to? I'm referring to the 7th edition, all right, which looks, yeah, kind of, okay, now I'm invisible. All right, but you know what I'm talking about. So you have the 7th edition is what I'm referring to. All right, yeah, that's good. All right. So 7th edition, this is the one which I'm referring to for this video. With years that go by, your edition may change, all right? But the fundamentals of what I'm teaching you will not change. Okay, so the page number may differ basically. So if I have told you handbook page number 38, maybe in future years, this 38 will turn into 40, 42. Okay, so let's go by logic. Don't freak out if the page numbers are not exactly matching to the edition that you have. All right. But the year this video is recorded in, the 7th edition will match the page numbers over here. Okay. All right. So now we have um, the first item which is eaten is porridge. Now, when we look at porridge, the patient is having half cup of porridge. All right. So how do I calculate energy and protein using the resources that I am allowed to carry in the exam hall? Okay, so I go to so I have scaffolded these yellow highlight ones. I have scaffolded the calculations for you below. Okay, so now with porridge, see guys, my very first uh, place to go is the quick ready reckoner, which you have in your handbook. Okay, in the 7th edition, it is page 37. Okay, this may change in the future years, but it is a single page and the table is called as a quick ready reckoner. Okay, so my first go-to is the food item present in the quick ready reckoner? Because I'm in an exam situation, I want to be fast and I want to be efficient as well. Okay, and I know that dietary intakes are estimations, so let me try to do the most say logical job that I can within the time frame. Okay, so I want to be quick, I want to be efficient, so I go to the quick ready reckoner. Do I see porridge over there? No. In cereals, I see bread, breakfast cereals, cracker, pasta, and rice. So nothing which is even close to a porridge. Okay. So when I'm in this situation where I don't find an item in the quick ready reckoner, or else a closely similar item in the quick ready reckoner, if I can't find it, then I go to the Australian Guides to Healthy Eating. Okay. So now when we look at Australian Guides to Healthy Eating, this document you can carry in your exams. Okay, so I look at this half cup porridge, which is 120 grams. Okay, so why am I looking at this is because in the exams, most of the time, not all of the time, okay, most of the time, when we know that you have the food item in your Australian Guides to Healthy Eating and in your handbook, you will be given the serving size in terms of household measurements, like half cup, 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon. And you should know how to convert this into grams, because at the end, when you do nutrient calculation, carbohydrate, protein, fat, potassium, whatever, right, you need grams. Okay. So we know over here that the patient is having half cup of porridge. Okay. This is what is given to me, for example, in the exam. I don't have grams given to me. What does half cup of porridge look like? Is it 120 gram, 150 gram, 200 gram? How do I find this information? I find this information in the Australian Guides to Healthy Eating. Okay. So your Australian Guides to Healthy Eating is a very good document where you can convert household measurements into grams. Okay. So over here, I know that the patient is having half cup of porridge. I know that the AGHG document tells me that half cup of porridge is 120 grams. Okay. So that is where I get this. So half cup of porridge is 120 grams. I get this from the Australian Guides to Healthy Eating. Okay. Now I know that my go-to document, the quick ready reckoner in the handbook, doesn't have anything which is close to porridge. Okay. So then I have to go to the detailed ready reckoner. What do I mean by detailed ready reckoner? The title is generally macronutrient composition of common foods and fluids. Basically, the long list of all the foods, majority or not all, a lot of foods that you have in your handbook, which is per 100 gram or per 100 ml. Okay. So in the 7th edition, this starts from page number 38. Okay. In the future edition, the page number could change as I have highlighted to you previously. Okay, so now, as see over here, what I have given the explanation for you for your own understanding. I have taken this kilojoule from handbook page 38, which is the detailed ready reckoner per 100 gram or per 100 ml, because there was no close option in my quick ready reckoner. If things are there in the quick ready reckoner, that is fantastic. Guys, why do I like the quick ready reckoner is because it gives you your composition of nutrients alongside with serves. Okay, so it saves you one step of looking at the Australian Guides to Healthy Eating. It makes your task faster. Okay, that's why I like the quick ready reckoner. All right, so now I have to go to the detailed ready reckoner, and you know why for porridge. So 100 gram of porridge is 276 kilojoules. Where did I get this from? I got this from the detailed ready reckoner per 100 gram or per 100 ml. Okay. The patient is having 120 grams of porridge. So how many kilojoules is that? Cross multiply. This is something which you have learned in nutrition. All right. For certain calculations, I had the opportunity to teach you in food science as well in previous years. Okay, so it's the same thing, cross multiply, and these many kilojoules you get. Okay, so this is how I got the answer, 311.2 kilojoules. Okay, similarly, you can get the answer for protein. Okay, all right, so protein, same way. All right, so 100 gram of porridge is 2.3 grams of protein. Where do you get this information from? You get this from page number 38, basically in the 7th edition. But as I said, this page numbers may change. But in short, it is the detailed ready rec now. Okay. So 120 gram of porridge that the patient is eating is how many grams of protein? Cross multiply. It is so and so grams of protein. Okay. So that is what I have over here. Okay. So the porridge has so and so energy, so and so protein. And I have given you the reference as Australian Guides to Healthy Eating because that is what I did first. And then I went to handbook page number 38. All right. So this, as an examiner, if I look at this, what you have done, this makes absolute sense to me. And I'll be like, okay, fine. Her logic is right or his logic is right. Marks given. Okay. Then we go to milk. Milk is half cup, right? Now I look at my quick ready reckoner again. Do I have milk over here? Fantastic. I do have milk over here. In the hospital food record chart, which is this hospital food record chart, it does not specify me what type of milk and things. If nothing is specified, I will assume that this is regular milk. Okay. So I know that milk cow regular fat, that has how many kilojoules? 725 kilojoules in 1 cup. Okay, where am I getting all this information from? From the quick ready reckoner in the handbook. Okay, so this patient is having half cup of it. So the half of 725 is this. That's how I got my number. All right. And in the quick ready reckoner, 1 cup of milk generally gives you 10 grams of protein. So this patient is having half a cup, so 5 grams of protein. Okay. And this handbook page 37 over here means the quick ready reckoner. Okay. So the page numbers may change. Now, similarly, sugar is, do I have sugar in my quick ready reckoner? Yes, I do have sugar. 1 teaspoon is 65 kilojoules. That is where I get my answer from. Okay. And sugar obviously has no protein. All right. So now we go to apple juice, juices, fruit juices. Do I have fruit juices in the quick ready reckoner? Yes, I do. In fruit, you have juice, and 1 cup of juice gives you 300 kilojoules. Okay, so over here, when you have apple juice, half cup, a half of 300 is 150. Okay, and this is the associated protein. This is from my quick ready reckoner. So does this make sense, guys? The first go-to option is quick ready reckoner. When foods are not there in the quick ready reckoner, when the closest option, most logical option is not there in the quick ready reckoner, then you do the next step, which is go to the AGHG, then go to the detailed ready reckoner. Okay. Then you have 40-SIP. This is the oral nutrition supplement. All right. You will learn more about this in your coming lectures. So now when I look at this 40-SIP, which is a medical food oral nutrition supplement, how much is the patient having? 1/4 of a bottle. Now in the 7th edition, 40-SIP is present in your handbook. And rest assured, for examination purposes, coursework purposes, you will be given supplements which are provided in your handbook for any edition that you are referring to in that year of study. Okay. So 40-SIP in my 7th edition is on page number 255. Okay, so 255, I go to page 255. Just bear with me. Okay, I have 255 open in front of me. You also opened your page number, whichever page number you have it on. For 7th edition, it is 255. Okay, and remember in this unit, you have to refer to the most latest edition for the year you are studying in. Okay, so yep, the latest edition for the year, for this year which I'm recording in, is 7th edition. And page number 255 has Fortisep multi-fiber. Okay. And if you see, all of the nutrition information is given to you per bottle, PB. What is PB abbreviation in your handbook is per bottle. Okay. So this bottle is 200 ml bottle. Okay. 200 ml bottle gives you how much of kilojoules? Remember over here, the kilojoules are in a bracket, which is 1300 kilojoules. Okay. So 1300 kilojoules is present in one bottle. Okay. So how much is present in 1/4 bottle? 325 kilojoules. Okay. And 3 grams of protein. Does that make sense? All right. So supplements, if the patient is having any oral nutrition supplement, oral meaning via mouth, it will be present in your handbook. Okay, now for lunch, what is the patient having? Patient is having bread. Is bread present in my quick ready reckoner? For this edition, I'll go to page 37. Yes, I have bread in my quick ready reckoner. Okay, one slice. So I have one slice gives me 300 kilojoules, 2 grams of protein. Okay, all of this is from my quick ready reckoner, which is this one. Okay, for this edition, it is page 37. Okay, then you have jam. Is jam present in my quick ready reckoner? To make life easy for you, your quick ready reckoner is a quick representation of your core food groups, all right? Plus, the only extras which is there is your fats, oils, and sugar, okay? Otherwise, you have quick ready reckoner is a representation of your core food groups, which is your bread and cereals, fruit, vegetables, meat, and alternatives, and dairy, okay? You do not have discretionary foods in your quick ready reckoner, okay? So whenever you have discretionary food items, do not waste time in your exams looking at the quick ready reckoner because it's just not there, okay? You will have to go through the second pathway which we spoke about, which is jam, 1 tablespoon. Okay, so let me go to my Australian Guides to Healthy Eating. So I have my Australian Guides to Healthy Eating over here. Okay, and this is jam over here. Okay, 1 tablespoon jam is how much? It is 60 grams. Okay, but 1 tablespoon, and over here the patient is also having 1 tablespoon. Okay, so 60 grams of jam is what is 1 tablespoon. So let me go down. I have scaffolded this for you. 1 tablespoon jam is 60 grams. Where do I get this information from? From Australian Guides to Healthy Eating. So I have to go to my detailed ready reckoner, which is per 100 gram or per 100 ml. Okay. So in my 7th edition, which I have, this information is present in page 40. Okay. So I go to page 40. Okay. Whichever your page number is for the latest edition. All right. And I have given you explanation over here. No close option present in the quick ready reckoner, and it won't be. Okay. All right. And do not substitute just normal table sugar for jam. Why? Because jam has lower kilojoules than sugar. Okay. Because jam is made up of other things as well. Okay. So when you go to, for example, Calorie King and things like that. Okay. So when, in on placement, when your life is a little bit more easier, you have access to other resources. It will be much more faster for you. But when I double checked, jam has lower kilojoules than sugar. So I can't simply substitute sugar for jam for my quick ready reckoner and get the values. That will be overestimating it. Okay. So yes, I go to page 40 for my 7th edition. Okay, per 100 gram per 100 ml detailed ready reckoner. 100 gram of jam in my detailed ready reckoner gives me 1050 kilojoules. Okay, I know the patient is having 1 tablespoon of jam, which is 60 grams. So how many kilojoules is that? It is 630 kilojoules. Okay, jam obviously very less protein, so I wouldn't even be bothered calculating the protein. Okay, so it is 630 kilojoules is the energy. Okay, then you have sponge cake. Okay, so now I'll again scaffold the sponge cake for you. Let's open this so it makes it easier. So now I go to my Australian Guides to Healthy Eating. This is my AGHG. You may not always have the exact same item in your AGHG and in your handbooks, okay? You have to go to the closest possible options, which I have said repeatedly. Okay, so sponge cake, all right, yeah, kind of like plain cake type things. All right, so that is one slice is 40 grams. Okay, how much is the person having? The person is having how much is the patient having? Let me see. Half a slice. Okay. So you have over your cake. So one slice. Okay. So my bad. Sorry. Okay. So cake, you have one slice. Cake, one slice is 40 gram. Patient is having half a slice. So obviously that is 20 gram. Okay. So I get this from AGHG. Okay. Now I go to cake, 100 grams. Why? Because as I said, discretionary food, not part of your quick ready reckoner. Okay, on page 40, I do not have sponge cake again on page 40. I go to the closest possible option, all right? And then on page 40, let me tell you what is it that I have taken. So I have taken 1553. I have taken the option which is called as cake chocolate uniced. All right, so uniced, they are sponge cake uniced. Okay, be it sponge cake, vanilla or chocolate doesn't really make a difference. Okay, so that is the one which I have taken from my detailed ready reckoner. So I have gone to the closest possible option. All right, so cake over here, uniced, 100 grams is 1553 kilojoules. This is from my per 100 gram per 100 ml detailed ready reckoner. Okay, handbook. Then 20 grams of cake, which is half a slice. How many kilojoules is that? Cross multiply. I've got the answer. Similarly is what I have done for protein as well. Okay. Why have I calculated protein? Because you may have eggs and things in cake. So just a little bit of protein is like minuscule amount, but still I have calculated for it. A lot of time you will see in the hospitals, the dietitians, they would just calculate the key sources of protein. Okay, like is the person having dairy? Is the person having any meats? Is the person heavily like having vegan protein like lentils or legumes and stuff like that? And protein is just calculated from these things. To help you teach, learn, and practice, I am asking you to calculate protein from these minuscule little things like sponge cake, which we don't consider as a source of protein as such. Okay, but you have to do this for practice because you're doing all of this for the very first time. Okay, does this make sense, guys? How I've calculated sponge cake? Okay, half slice, discretionary food, not there in quick ready reckoner. I have to go to my AGHG and then I have to go to handbook. Okay, apple juice. We know apple juice is there in your quick ready reckoner. Okay. I'll just, for the 7th edition, Quick Ready Reckoner is present on page 37. Mashed potatoes is again there in the Quick Ready Reckoner. Okay, so that is where I get the information from. Butter, which is fats and oil. Okay, definitely there in your Quick Ready Reckoner. That is where I get the information from. And the patient is having one piece of apple. Again, this is there in your Quick Ready Reckoner. Okay, so this is how I have got my information. All right. I haven't done any rounding up over here. These are absolute values, okay, to 1 decimal point. As you can see, till 1 decimal point, I have done this. Then I have rounded up the final answer, okay, the way rounding up has been explained to you previously. Okay, 17.9 is 18 and 3204 is just 3205. Okay, does that make sense, guys? All right, have 1 decimal places, okay, everywhere. All right, as needed, and then round up the final answers. Okay, this is what I have done with the home meal as well. Porridge, you know how it is done. Milk, sugar, you know it is there in your quick ready reckoner. Strawberry yogurt, which is flavored yogurt. This is there in your quick ready reckoner. That is where I have got the information from. Okay. One serve, again, it is there in your quick ready reckoner. The best part about quick ready reckoner is it gives you the serve and it gives you the nutrients. Okay. Egg, again is part of your quick ready reckoner. Green leafy greens is part of your quick ready reckoner. Cheese is also there in your quick ready reckoner. Okay. Crackers unsalted, which is considered not discretionary, but just like bread. Okay. This is part of your quick ready reckoner. Okay. So this is not like you having nice peckish crackers with a lot of salt and sodium. No, these are unsalted. Therefore, they are considered, say, staple cereals. Okay, bread is there in your quick ready reckoner. You know that. Baked beans, now it's not exactly there in your quick ready reckoner. So now when we look at your quick ready reckoner, let me open the page. Okay, so when I look at, you have over here, um, legumes which are cooked, not canned, 75 grams. Okay. Baked beans over here, generally, as you know, these are canned beans, which is why I thought to be a little bit more accurate, which is use our second pathway. Okay. So baked beans, you know how generally they are available. So now, when I look at baked beans, how do I have baked beans over here? 1 cup. Okay. So what is 1 cup? 1 cup is 150 grams. Okay. So over here, you have, I'll show you the scaffolded one over here again. Okay, so baked beans, 1 cup is 150 grams. Where do I get this information from? AGHG. Baked beans, half a cup is how much? That is 75 grams. Okay, so now 75 grams, when you look at your quick ready reckoner, 75 grams of legumes will give you 300 kilojoules and 5 grams of protein. So this is how I have made the second step a bit more faster for me. Okay. So we know that in your quick ready reckoner, you have legumes which are cooked. They are not canned. But I wanted to confirm what does AGHG say in this case. Okay. So AGHG says 1 cup is 150 grams. Okay. Half cup is 75 grams. All right. And I know that 1 serve of legumes over here in your quick ready reckoner is 75 grams. Okay. Which is how I have taken 300 kilojoules and 5 grams of protein. Okay. So over here, my pathway is slightly different, which is I have gone to AGHG and then I have gone to handbook page 37, which is the quick ready reckoner. Your question would be, can we not go to the detailed ready reckoner and just keep the pathway same so it's less confusing for us? And just go to baked beans where it is there in the detailed ready reckoner. Yes, you can do that. I have done it this way, but doesn't mean that you are wrong. In your legumes, nuts, and seed, you have baked beans, all right, which are canned. Okay. This in 7th edition, in the detailed ready reckoner, which is per 100 gram per 100 ml. This information is present on page 38. Okay. So in your exams, if you were to use page 38 and say that 100 grams of baked beans gives you 334 kilojoules, 75 grams gives you how much? You're fine with that. Okay. This I have done is because if I were a student and you will see baked bean is quite a common item which is eaten by geriatric patients, I would just go the faster route and I would just go to AGHG and then I would go to the handbook. Okay. But if you were to go to per 100 gram per 100 ml, detailed ready reckoner and calculate your baked bean energy and protein, that's completely fine as well. Okay. But if I were to do that as a student in the exam, I would mention over here that AGHG is what I have done first. Then I have gone to the handbook page 38, which is for me in 7th edition, detailed ready reckoner. Okay, so I would say page 38. So I know exactly where you're getting your numbers from. All right. Then you have tea. It's just tea. It is no milk, no sugar. And it's 0 and 0. Okay. So again, I have rounded it up 3291. Okay. So I have just done this at 3290. Okay. And 62.8. I've just done it as 60. Okay. So it makes it simple. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. So I hope that is helpful. So over here, I've just summarized the point. First, check if the food item is available in your quick ready reckoner. That's your first go-to source. If it is not available in the quick ready reckoner, then go to the AGHD first. Then go to your detailed handbook ready reckoner. Convert household, if you have household measurements, teaspoons, and you have cups and things, AGHD is the document which helps you to convert household measurements into grams. Okay. Handbook is used to find your nutrients, all right, which is your quick ready reckoner for your, say, to make it easy for you, and detailed ready reckoner when the food items are not present in the quick ready reckoner. Discretionary foods are not present in the quick ready reckoner, except, as I said, for the extras, fat, soil, and sugar. All right, if the exact food item is not available in any of these resources, AGHD, handbook, etc., please go to the closest possible option. Okay, so I hope that is helpful, and rest assured, placement is much more easier when it comes to calculating patient's intake because you have accessibility to a lot more resources. Okay, so I hope this is helpful, guys. And I'll stop recording over here. Thank you.